joined by Allan Hartley, the CEO of Bay Talent Group. Thank you so much for your time. Introduce us to Bay Talent Group.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. My name is Allan Hartley, and I am the CEO of Bay Talent Group. I live in Boston, Massachusetts, and we've started a company here in Toronto to really do a consolidation of staffing firms. And my definition of staffing firms are really twofold. One is almost similar to a CPA firm or a law firm, where you have a bill rate which you charge your client and a pay rate which you pay your contractors. Similar to us, because people will ask us for, I need 4 weeks of work and things like that. The second thing that we do is on the permanent placement side, where somebody will say, look, I just need a CFO, or I need a controller, or whatever, and we place somebody there, and we get a percentage of the first year's salary, in between 20 to 30%. So there's two folds to that. What's interesting about not just the Canadian marketplace, but also the U.S. marketplace is very fragmented. So it's ripe for consolidation. And once we are in the middle of doing this consolidation, we'll be one of the few staffing companies that are actually public in Canada.
How are you differentiated from other staffing agencies?
A couple things. We're mostly in that high-end executive to mid-level area. And the way that we're buying companies is we keep the DNA of the company. I don't buy a company, all of a sudden I put Bay Talent Group on there. We actually keep their DNA. What does that mean? I keep their brand. I keep the way that they do business. And what we provide is ways to grow that company, because nobody buys a company to be stagnant. You want to be able to grow the company. We have different ways organically to do that. And then also economies of scale on the SG&A, so we have what's called shared services. But the most important part is that we do keep their brand. I mean, they don't know Bay Talent Group from a hole in the wall, because we're only a 2-year-old company. But the companies that we bought, one was a 25-year-old company, one was a 15-year-old company. Well, they do have brand recognition. Why would I want to upset that? So that's one of our deals. And we're going out in the marketplace as a network of boutiques powered by Bay Talent Group, which is an international staffing company. So it gives them more breadth when they talk to their clients.
So as you grow your portfolio with acquisitions, you're also thinking about getting listed. Tell us about those plans.
Yes, right now the whole purpose for us doing this consolidation is getting on the TSXV. We're currently have a CPC out in Vancouver. We just signed our definitive agreement. We'll actually be trading. Our symbol, interesting enough, is HIRE. So that's pretty cool there, sort of apropos. And we're doing, and so that's what we're doing there. And we have, we're in the process of raising capital today for our next round of acquisitions. A couple in Vancouver, another one in Toronto, which will really bring us up and actually help us with the what I call shareholder value. The other thing that I think it's important too to realize is we're going into the technology side of talent acquisition. We recognize that there has to be a way for speed. I call need for speed. How do we get the candidate in front of a client faster? More importantly, how do we get the client to react and actually hire that candidate? What do we need to do to do things? And how do we take advantage of technology to get us more exposed to different, to create a better database, a huge database, so we can monetize that database? So right now we're talking to a couple of technology companies to merge with us. So not only will we have the staffing environment, which is what I call the bread and butter, the core competence of what we have, we'll also have a technology part to our group. And we feel that both of those can really help our stock, but again, calling shareholder value.
Yeah. Like how the gig economy space has so many apps, Fiverr, Upwork. Yep. You want to recreate that in the C-suite.
In the C-suite. Now, I hate to use Uberization, but it's a real term, and almost like the Uberization in a sense in the talent acquisition. So we're definitely going in that world.
That's excellent. What can our viewers know about Bay Talent Group when the company gets listed? What kind of an investment opportunity are you?
Well, we're going to be public, and we're going to be raising money to go to our next thing, which is to go out and do more acquisitions. And once those acquisitions are done, we're going to continue growing our company. Our goal really is to start off in the TSXV, get ourselves established there, and then sometime next year, especially with the technology bent that we have, we've actually started a company, by the way, Gig Talent. But with our technology, we plan to dual list on NASDAQ sometime next year. So it'll open up the markets. And then also next year, probably in the first quarter, we'll start buying companies and acquiring companies in the United States.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your time. Wish you all the best.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.